Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman, my favorite character.
That's right, kids. Put down the gaming and get back to more Batman. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. We are tonight the
Batman Podcast.
I am Phil, and joining me, as always, there's no political candidate. It is.
Eat the Rich, Little Hellfire.
That's right. We're back for more Batman 66, and this time we're going to be talking Hizzonner the Penguin and Dizzoner the Penguin. Yes, kids, the two-parter where Penguin runs for mayor. A theme that will come back up over and over in the Batman. TV shows, movies, comics. And maybe we'll talk some of those pesky new comics. All right. So, shall we get to these episodes, Lilith? I do have synopses.
Okay. I just want to point out that season 2 of Batman is kind of wild. It's 60 episodes long.
Because you even think about it, even the 60, so you take like two a week. That's still 30 weeks. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? We're lucky we get 10 to 13 these days.
Yeah. 8 is like the new magic number, and I'm just waiting on people to riot. It's like, how the hell you're supposed to like have a comfort show that only has like it runs for 3 seasons, it has 24. That's just a whole day. You're just on the couch for one day. That's it. No, man. You gotta have some like Supernatural, Smallville, 10 seasons plus, the 22 plus episodes a season. That's TV.
That's right.
That's why the actors ain't making no money anymore, because they ain't got no damn 22 episode seasons. They should be petitioning for that.
I mean, eat the rich. I mean, come on. I mean, it's like actors, comic book creators. I mean, no one's making money, so it's like, where's it all going? The rich.
It's to the studios. It's to the executive producers. It's to the money men.
I get you guys want to be rich, but you know.
It's to the fat cats, or should I say fat penguins?
All right.
Yeah, let's get into it. I know Phil's got a whole nother show to do. So.
I have another show. It's a Friday night. I have another
banter. Enough banter.
I need a puppet. What? I have another show to do. All right, kids. So yes, part 1, Hizzonner the Penguin, which was season 2, episode 17, episode 51 overall of the series. Air date November 2nd, 1966. Writer Stanford Sherman and director Oscar Rudolph. And of course, kids, Burgess Meredith as the Penguin. A blind news dealer is being mugged by Harry Hooligan.
No relation to the Osbournes, allegedly.
Oh, I was going to say, didn't you date him?
I don't date hooligans. I date idiots.
Oh, they're going to say Harry.
Difference. I'm the hooligan.
Oh, my. At his newsstand until the robbery is foiled by the Penguin. And that's only the beginning. At police
I gotta get to, what is it? Shaking babies and kissing hands?
Something like that. And that's unsanitary. At police headquarters, Commissioner Gordon is informed that Penguin was also polite to a patrolman, saved a baby in a buggy from being hit by a truck, and then donated $100,000 to the Gotham City Charity Fund.
It was counterfeit money. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man, yeah. But I was about to say that's $100,000 in 1966 money.
That's real money. That's backed by gold money. That's before Nixon got his hands and Kissinger got into the shiznits of it all.
These days, that'd be like $1 billion.
Seriously.
Convinced that Penguin is up to something, Gordon calls Batman on the hotline. And luckily, they were rehearsing Shakespeare in the den, so they didn't have to make up some stupid excuse for Aunt Harriet. And Alfred still had to answer the phone. All right. As the duo arrive at HQ and almost run over the same 4 old women who are going into the police station every single episode, Robin.
It's almost like it's recycled footage.
Yeah, it's almost like they filmed that once and just replay it over and over.
Exterior shots.
Although it was funny though, I think it was that the first time we see them going up in the elevator.
I think so, yeah.
Oh my lord. Robin, as the duo arrive at HQ, Robin mentions that he heard a rumor that Penguin was campaigning for mayor. They enter Gordon's office only to find the rumor is true, as Mayor Linseed is there to say goodbye.
Good riddance. Lame duck mayor. Lame duck mayor.
Stuffed shirt. 3 representatives from the Gallus poll are sent in to show that Penguin currently holds
Not to be confused with the Gallup, because we don't want any copyright infringement.
Exactly. The current Penguin holds a 60% lead over Linseed's 30%. Convinced that he has no chance of winning, Linseed suggests that Batman should throw his cowl into the ring and run for mayor himself.
It's like, babes, he's a mass vigilante. I know he's duly deputized, but babes, I know I need to see more than just a chin.
I know. Although I don't know. Think about it these days. I mean, again, I don't know who would run for vote for a masked man. But if you don't know who he is, you can't dig up dirt.
That's the worst part.
Although Penguin tried.
I need those tax returns, Phil.
Why? If you don't want to turn, if you don't want to turn over your taxes, you don't have to anymore, I guess. Batman is not so sure.
But you better turn in that long form birth certificate.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I love this
one's for you, Noel.
No, this is so for you. I know it. It was so funny when Batman kept saying, he's like, oh, the voters aren't that stupid. I'm like, aren't that gullible. I'm like, oh yes they are.
Listen, their heart, but I'll say this: they were more informed. I mean, they only had 3 stations to compete with in radio.
Oh yeah,
all they did was listen to the news all day long
and read the newspaper. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's that, Phil?
Say they used to cut the bark off trees and print words on it.
Now we just use it to wipe our asses.
Oh,
get up a day!
Shh! I don't want big toilet paper taking me up.
Big TP.
Oh,
just a quick side. I forget what I was listening to. I think I was probably listening to Marquise Brownlee's podcast, and they were like, you know what Apple should do? They don't have to make a car. They should buy Exxon and put everyone all out of business so they can be carbon neutral forever and look like the good guy. I mean, all that money. What else would you do with it? I was like, you know what? Let's petition Apple to do that.
Exactly.
Put their money to use.
And remember, kids, who would buy a car from Elon Musk?
Exactly. He's drunk tweeting about that roadster from 2017. It's like, babes, give it up. I don't care if it's a SpaceX collab. SpaceX is suspect as hell too.
I just called X.
Everything has to have an X in it.
I know. Hey-oh. Batman is not so sure he is worthy to run, but when Gordon, O'Hara, and Robin all put their support behind him, saying that this is the way Batman can defeat Penguin, Batman accepts. And I was thinking about it, okay, and again, I know...
I would move out of Gotham so fast, bro.
It's so far-fetched, but I'm like, why Batman? I mean, isn't Bruce Wayne an upstanding citizen?
Well, he is single and he lives with a young boy.
And his aunt.
And an older gentleman that claims to be the butler, but ain't nobody never seen him clean. I'm just saying, it's a little too racy for the 60s. He's single too. One thing about it is like especially back then, like politicians shouldn't be single. If you're single, it's because you're old and you're a widower. You know what I mean?
He just couldn't find the right wife, just like Liberace. Come on.
Oh, that's such a good movie with Michael Douglas and freaking Matt Damon from HBO. Oh, it's so good. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it.
Meanwhile, Penguin, already celebrating an assured win, is visited by the same reps from the Gallus pool, only to learn that Batman, now in the running, holds 55% of the vote, while Penguin's percentage is down to 35%, and we're teaching the kids fractions and percentages.
Yeah, because the kids need it nowadays. I'll tell you what, kids can't read, kids can't do math. It's looking real bad.
Don't say that, man. Luca's already multiplying fractions. Now on the campaign trail, Batman decides to maintain a low profile, paying more attention to the issues. Though his speeches are being presented to near empty rooms, while Penguin is fast and loose with his own campaign funds, spending
Like
lavish.
any real politician should be. Like nobody should. Come on. Although, I give it to you. You really should. Your vote does matter locally, as long as you don't live in Chicago. If you know, you know. Or Boston.
Oh my.
Or Detroit.
Why did your eye drift over to
DC?
Anywhere where there's any big seats of power, yeah.
It's pretty bad when they when they revote the mayor that was found with a hookers and crack. They're like, that's like his personal business, man.
At least we know what he's up to.
Exactly.
Better the devil you know.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine some of those states? It'd be like, yeah, he was doing hookers and blow, but at least he was straight.
Yeah, at least they were women hookers. He wasn't out there tapping his foot in the airport, you know. Oh, that's a oldie but a goodie. The things we've seen, Phil. The things we've seen. It all happened in the 90s.
Oh my god, that should be the episode of Salty and Petty when we do the 90s. The things we've seen.
Oh, we can break it down, like all like the celebrity scandals, the political scandals. Yeah, we can break it down like that.
Just the crazy.
We have fuel for at least like a decade, Phil.
Well, yes, a decade on a decade, yes.
Exactly.
Oh yes, but Penguin is fast and loose with his own campaign funds, spending lavishly on gigantic Vote for Penguin posters and renting a large venue for a big campaign rally, giving out free champagne to everyone. And
the more things change, the more things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many politicians in the last 2 years have been busted for using their campaign donations as for not their campaign stuff.
And even hiring Paul Revere and the Raiders to perform while belly dancer Little Egypt gyrates through the large crowd.
Scandalous, bro.
Yeah,
that is truly scandalous.
All at that Dutch angle too.
Well. Where's Rob when you need him?
So some of us live at a Dutch angle.
That's an interesting artistic choice.
That was a real band, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about them, but I have
They're
heard
from Boise, allegedly.
I have heard of them before, yes. And yeah, Little Egypt also too. I guess Lorraine Shaloub. Yeah, so
again, it's camp. It's just such camp.
I know, but again, it's just like the whole window gimmick when they're climbing up the building. It's just a way to get figures of the time to get do a guest cameo on the show.
Yeah, I know. Like, who do you think you are, Sonny and Cher?
Oh my!
The Batman and Robin Power Hour. Variety special spectacular. If the Brady Bunch can do it.
Oh, the Partridge Family.
F in the chat for David Cassidy.
See, Scooby-Doo was teaming up with everybody. Why isn't Batman? Batman 66.
Every show back then had a gimmick, though, so,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
This was when the living room wasn't dead.
Oh, my.
It's dead. Everybody watches on their own separate devices for the most part now,
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's, gathering, and we just don't have a lot of, cultural touchstones anymore. Makes me feel old, man. like when somebody's like talking about Zeus TV, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? It's like some weird online streaming channel where it's like just a bunch of girls fighting.
Oh, what's this?
I'm just like, what?
Oh my god! Don't. Oh my god! Just after this whole speech here, kids, I think I can just imagine Little Hellfire's house. Every one of her 4 dogs has their own separate room. Probably has their own separate TV. See, she's not denying it. See.
Only the little one has a separate room. That's because he's a TikTok dog.
What, do you watch his TikTok on his own?
No, he's a TikTok dog. He's on TikTok. He has a TikTok account.
Oh god.
We go through his wardrobe. We go furniture shopping. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Wait, you two go. Oh my god, you two on TikTok doing that?
Yeah.
I need
I'll
to
never tell you the account though. I'll never tell you.
I won't share it. I just need to see it. I just need to see it. Oh my god! And you made fun of Ray. Oh, Ray. Oh.
I would never let anybody know it was me. That's ridiculous, but it's fun. That's the beauty of TikTok.
Oh my
They
god!
love anonymity.
Oh my god! We should share that with our group and be like, okay, here's Ray and here's Lilith.
To quote Gossip Girl, that's one secret I'll never tell.
I'll start a whole new channel, man. I just you and your dog, Ray and his gaming.
Just review. Look at these. Look at these 2 schmucks.
Well, at least you're with another living creature. Ray's again playing with himself.
I'd save that for OnlyFans, Ray. Fans only, friends only, whatever they call it nowadays.
Playing on the table by myself, by Ray. All right. Later in the Batcave, the duo are discussing Batman's agenda. Robin mentions that they got a call for Batman to address a fraternity called the Grand Order of Occidental Nighthawks.
Court of Owls! Court of Owls! Court of Owls!
Goons.
Goons! That's a little too on the nose. Somebody really wanted their name to be Goons.
Arriving at their headquarters, Batman and Robin almost immediately recognize several goons, and after a fight, the duo are overpowered, bound, and tied, and suspended. Little Hellfire's
happens every week.
Little Hellfire's boyfriends.
Yeah, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. But that's how I know. I see it. I recognize it when I see it.
Lil's like nothing wrong with a little tying them up and branding them.
As long as it's consensual, who cares?
Exactly.
I don't know about the vat of scald and sulfuric acid, but
I know.
it's a little extreme even for me.
I know. Suspended on one side of a giant balancing scale over a vat of scalding sulfuric acid. The other side of the balance scale held large chunks of rapidly melting ice.
Just shoot them!
I know. Again, we'd have no show.
It's for the theater, you see.
But again, it's Batman 66. It's every Bond movie, you know.
It's camp. I know. I get it. I love it now, and I hate it. It's just like, come on, bro. You really want to be a good villain. Nobody wants to be a good villain. It's all for theater. They're all a bunch of overgrown theater kids for the dramatics.
You sound like Scott Evil. Just shoot them already.
How about no?
Sharks with lasers on their
we got to get
heads.
to the second one of those. Oh, my Lord.
And sadly, the third one.
Yeah. Oh, maybe this summer. Maybe we'll do some movies this summer on Saudi and Penn.
The Summer of the Spy Who Shagged Me?
Summer Spy Who Shagged Me. Yes. Yeah, baby. Let me see if we get some guests. Penguin arrives and feigning outrage and pretending to scold the goons, runs out supposedly to notify the police, leaving Batman and Robin to their doom.
Oh, great heavens.
No, holy Batgraves and acid bubble bath for Batman and Robin. What a way to lose an election. Batman, don't just lie there. Do so. Oh my God, it sounds like Lil.
Yes, that's Selena.
Just lie there. Do something. Whatever you do, don't miss tomorrow's bubbling finish. Same
It's
time,
so
same
weird.
channel.
They could never get away with that now.
What?
Prime time.
What?
Having a show with like 2 episodes a week.
I know. Can you imagine? Oh my god, like a continued Law and Order or something.
Like when they have like the special episode crossover episodes, but like on a weekly basis.
I know. Can you imagine every week Law and Order? 2 episodes a week. With first hour, they hunt them down and arrest them. The second hour is the trial.
I mean,
Dun, dun. I'd watch it.
probably have to get it to 90 minutes though. Honestly, I don't know about 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, with commercials and everything, it probably would be closer anyway.
Yeah. Don't forget we should definitely find a place to do the 66 movie.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that.
I'm not in a rush, but like.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Gotta sell those toys, bat copters and bats.
Probably episode 200, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I want to do Batman
175 or.
Oh, okay, maybe. Let me look.
What are we doing for 200? Do you already have that planned?
I was thinking Batman 89, but.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I'll look at the schedule. I will squeeze it in.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I'm not in a rush.
Yeah. I'll look. I'll see what we're doing for 175 or whatever. Although I know I can't interrupt the Killer Moth month, or I'm gonna hear. I'll never hear the end of it.
And I wouldn't want you to, Phil.
Scream at!
Some biscuit would give me attitude for that. All right. So thoughts on this first one?
Camp, funny, hilarious. What can I say?
I want to know how much Aunt Harriet was going to give Batman for a campaign contribution.
Probably a nickel.
And how much? No, they seem taken aback. I was like, how much money does Aunt Harriet actually have? I'm like, is she just giving him Bruce Wayne's money?
Yeah, she's giving him Bruce Wayne's money. But old people, they always think a nickel's a lot of money.
Back in
you should be able to get a cup of coffee and a sandwich for a nickel, you know?
Back in 1966. Oh yeah, maybe that was at Bruce Wayne's like, oh, she gave me her last nickel. I thought she was just giving him Bruce Wayne's money. She leaves, he just rips off the check and like, hey, ain't no point in cashing this. It's just going right back where it came from. No, that's why Bruce Wayne's rich. He has everyone campaigning, raising funds for him. All right. Should we get to the second one? I love Penguin. I'll get to the police maybe in like 2-3 hours.
I will say that could be dangerous because I'm assuming that's dry ice, and dry ice is no good for you. So contact with your skin is a little bit disastrous.
I mean,
there were some stakes.
Oh, I thought you meant for the actors.
Yeah, for the actors. If anything went wrong, into the dry ice they go.
I guess, yeah. All right, so the second episode, Dizzoner the Penguin, season 2, episode 18, episode 52 overall.
Oh my god, we'll get there. I just remembered that about the clothes. Yeah.
November 3rd, 1966. Tottering on the brink of a deadly acid bath, Batman, covering his face with his cape, leaps off of the balance scale into the vat, and then to Robin's surprise, climbs out. Unbeknownst to Robin, Alfred had insisted on using acid-proof material to make their latest costumes. He then uses...
Now this is bad guy. You can't tell me different, bud. That's a bad guy level. Wait, was Batman 66 the ultimate bad guy?
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, literally right here, he literally has plot armor.
Second black armor. Yours is acid proof.
He then uses the acid to dissolve his bonds and freeze Robin. I'd be like, wait a minute, you have an acid-proof costume? Robin's like, you have an acid-proof costume and I can't even get pants?
Who wears shorts?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think behind the scenes it was working for Burt Ward now.
Definitely.
Those young girls were lining up. Later, Batman appears in oh god, again, current Batman would never. Batman appears in a televised debate with the Penguin, in which Penguin states that Batman associates with criminals. while he labels himself as an associate with the law, despite his
Yeah, you know the law, don't you, buddy? Real good, real good.
despite his claim of no mudslinging in this campaign. The debate is interrupted by news of the goons breaking into the Gotham City Convention Hall to steal the priceless collection of gems set up for display at an upcoming jewelers convention. The Penguin and the dynamic duo both rush off to the hall to thwart the crooks. After a heated fight, which is also televised and anchored by several news reporters.
Nowadays, that wouldn't even be so far-fetched. TMZ would totally be right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone would have their phones on. Penguin emerges victorious, giving him a wide lead over his caped opponent in the subsequent polls. Did that thing drag on a little too long, that fight?
I mean, all of them did. That's the trope. But I think in season 2, they even upped the ante a little bit with the fight scene, so...
The final election results, however, show an increase of support for Batman. The Penguin, his campaign funds now depleted, realizes his political career is finished, thus forcing him to kidnap members of the election board on...
What is this, January 6th?
Beat me to it. I mean, it's pretty scary when you think, just the, the comedic tropes of some of the stuff in this, and you're just
there you go. Fast forward 50, 60, 70 years.
It's not quite as
funny anymore.
Not quite so far fetched, is it? And look at this. And Penguin was only going to kidnap him. Trump's like, hang him.
Pitt's like, what did I do?
I was your bully.
I told you to stop eating McDonald's that one time.
I slapped that Big Mac out of your hand. Oh my God. And who's going to be stupid enough to be, if Trump tries to run, who's going to be stupid enough to be his running mate? He tried to kill him. He tried to kill the last guy.
Sarah Palin?
I don't know. Well,
Mark my words.
No, we need someone.
Or he might just get Nikki Haley. He's embarrassed her enough. She's given up. She might try to cling at any sense of power.
Nah, we need someone incredibly dumb. Lauren Boebert.
Lauren
Boebert, this is your chance.
As much as we poo-poo on Lauren Boebert, I still say she has an edge over Nikki Haley. At least she has a somewhat slight grip on reality.
Oh, yeah, she's just a whore. I forgot. What? You know, I remind you, Beetlejuice.
Exactly.
So yeah, see,
if you don't understand the deep cuts, you gotta subscribe to the Patreon.
We're listening to Salty and Petty. So he kidnaps the election board in an attempt to sway the votes in his favor. Batman and Robin trace the Penguin to his hideout. There they rescue the election board and package the Penguin along with the goons inside Penguin's own campaign literature machine. If this was 40s Batman, man, they'd come out at bloody stumps.
Oh, yep. He's like, well, it's not quite a recycler, but it'll do, pig. Or should I say penguin? It'll do.
Robin, have you ever had penguin meat? Well, you're about to.
Now I'm hungry.
Oh, my. The duo then tell Penguin that Batman won the election by an overwhelming margin, as the votes had already been counted when he kidnapped the board members. Returning to police HQ, the Cape Crusader turns down his new position in Mayor Linseed's favor. Over the phone, Batman also talks to the two major political parties in the United States. Both offer him the 1968 nomination for President of the United States. So close. The first offer he declines. The second offer he responds by saying he thought the party already had a candidate.
I mean, if you know, you know.
Oh, yes. Yes. For those of you who don't know, when Batman says, I thought your party already had a candidate, the implication is that the second call was from the Democratic Party, then led by President Lyndon Johnson, whom, though he served as president for just over a year following John Kennedy's assassination in November 1963, and also after overwhelmingly winning the 1964 election against Republican Barry Goldwater, was still eligible to run for re-election in 1968. Johnson opted out in March of that year when he declared in a televised address that I shall not seek and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president. Yeah, remember the days when people would actually quit politics before they died?
Barely. Barely.
Yeah.
I'm just young enough to not have that have happened in my lifetime.
I guess I really can't say that either. Did you see that the Grim Reaper's giving up his position of Republican Speaker? Or
The turtle?
yeah. Turtle.
Oh, good.
Well,
It
yeah,
hypnotized him long enough to make a statement. Good.
but he's still serving out his term. He's still in there for like I swear another 2-3 years. I'm like, well, what's the point of announcing it now if you're going to stay in there for another 2 or 3
Because
years?
I think he knows, his family knows, everybody kind of knows he's gonna pretty soon.
Well,
He looks like death walking. No offense.
he doesn't want to.
We need competency tests at 63. If you're gonna be in politics and public office, I'm gonna need competency tests. If you fall down, you can't make it to the podium. You gotta go.
How about a mandatory retirement age of 69?
That would be great.
What, the retirement age or the 69?
Either or, both.
Oh my!
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Well, we have a little time if you want to talk about those books.
Oh yeah, we can. I mean, speaking of the Penguin, book was out this week. Penguin number 7.
Ah, yes, Penguin number 7.
So
Penguin.
What do you think about this like updated origin where it's basically like Penguin is
What
also?
is Tom King doing?
I know it's almost like
Somebody go check on Tom King. I don't think he's okay.
I know. So where it's based on like Batman thinks he's using the Penguin back in the day to get information and take out the other crime bosses, but then Penguin's like, oh, I'm using him to set myself up, and you know.
This is like Sopranos meets noir. It's like Boondock Saints. Is he okay? This is a little too dark.
Well, I wonder.
Is he okay?
I wonder, are we going to get some kind of version of this in the Penguin TV series? Is that why?
I'm pretty sure that's where we're going.
Yeah.
It's a flashback story, so you know how I feel about flashback stories. But it's super interesting and exciting, and I'm just like, I'm worried about him though. Like I feel like he's dipped his toe into something that he might not have. Should have. I like this origin story, but like only as like, because the other one is super lame. Like every other Penguin origin is kind of lame.
Well, yeah.
Outside of like say the Gotham TV show, I really enjoyed what they did with that, and I think he might have took. I'll say he took a little inspiration from it.
His mother made him carry an umbrella.
Like a little Nancy boy.
I wasn't sure about the first arc, but I mean, he has my.
Yeah, that first arc had me going. Okay, Tom, you okay in a different way. Are you just trying to get DC? I felt like he was trying to get DC to fire him in that first arc. Honestly,
he has my attention now, but I'm just like, okay, don't F it up.
Yeah, I mean, most of the DC books have been pretty much hit and miss. Like they'll have a good issue, and then it'll take another like 10.
Yeah,
although I'm to being good again.
Yeah, although I mean, Poison Ivy's been pretty consistent.
Well, that's G Willow.
I know, but I'm just gonna say,
You know, that's a whole nother thing.
I was gonna say, don't paint all DC books. Yeah, no.
I think most, not all.
Okay.
But the ones that are male led, they're well, outside of maybe Superman. I feel like Superman's gotten so much better in the last like 5 months.
I told you they're heading in the right direction. I mean,
they almost have to, because I mean,
there's not much more. There's not.
If Gunn does a good job, that's going to renew the interest, and it'll be just like when the Snyder thing happened. It was like, yeah, the book was actually pretty decent, but like people were expecting to see the Snyder stuff, and it kind of was like, oh, well, I don't want to read this. He's not killing people.
Oh God. I mean,
so I feel like if they're kind of like on that same path, and you know, so if you're interested in that, you'll definitely be interested in the book, you know.
And again,
so I feel like that's where they're going.
And after the Bendis, I mean, there's really not much more down you can go.
Bendis.
2 words, Rogozar.
Almost
as bad as the 4 words, Wonder Woman snicker ad. Almost.
Oh,
not quite, but almost.
Burn.
Did you read Batman Brave and the Bold number 10?
I did. I mean, I like the Man-Bat story. I love Kirk, though. I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like who wrote the story, they really did like him, too. And I like that they kind of was like, oh, he fell off the wagon. But then it's like Lois Lane and her conspiracies. It's like, boo. But then we get an Artemis story, so it's kind of like up, down, up, down. Up,
I know. I was like, hey, Artemis.
I haven't seen you in forever. What are you doing here?
I mean, you could almost make a case for Artemis because of Red Hood and the Outlaws, but I'm like, well, again, we had a Superman story too, but what's Lois Lane doing in this book?
Yeah, and that Batman Black and White, no tea, no shade to Dan Waters and Ricardo Lopez Ortiz. Like, no shade, but like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Every so often,
We let Batman Black and White go, but okay.
Every so often they kind of like sneak it in.
Yeah. It's just so funny. Like, I was like, oh, I like this story. Oh, I don't like this story.
Mhm.
Oh, I like this story. Oh, I really don't like this story. It's just such a roller coaster
I
reading
know.
this book.
Oh, what about the Duke story?
I'm glad that they remembered he exists.
I know.
For a while, I'm like, what's Duke doing? Do they know Duke is alive?
I'm like, oh, yeah, I get. Is this what you were doing during the Gotham War? Okay.
Poor Duke.
I know.
Shout out to all the rest of the Robins from that Robin story.
Well, what? Oh, yeah, I know. Well, I mean, at least so with this, at least with this issue, Duke's getting more attention than I Am Batman now.
Well, that's not hard to do. All things considered, such a waste of having that writer at DC. Like, honestly, I'm so pissed about it.
I know, man. They quietly just,
They should have let him do his own thing. Like, I just feel like there's just way too many editorial mandates. I know they're not probably allowed to say that, but I can read between the lines. Like, what you usually do and what you got to do in that story, two different things.
Well, like I said, it was glaringly obvious because around that time he was doing Black Panther at Marvel too, and the Black Panther was so much better.
Yeah. And it's almost apples to apples for the most part, character-wise, especially specifically that particular Black Panther at the time. So,
but it was even worse because Black Panther it has like a set history and stuff, and had been around for a while. I Am Batman was pretty much a blank slate. He could have done whatever he wanted with that if he was allowed to. Could have done whatever he wanted with that character.
Honestly, I just want to ask him. He doesn't even have to do it in public. I just want to ask him. This is the first thing he said. Why the hell is it this guy and not somebody else? It's like, you have like literal Lucius Fox's other son that everybody knows that's on a TV show, right? You know that, right?
I would just do it.
Not a good TV show, but he's on a TV show.
I would just have to do the interview for the 5 seconds of footage when you asked the question. Oh, was it all editorial mandates or just him going,
I'm like, no, I just feel like, so like, were there any stipulations with this book? Because it's a character with no history, no loyalties, no nothing, and he's in New York, which is always weird when DC does it. I don't like it when they like go to like New York or LA. It's like, no, we're either in Gotham, we're in Metropolis, we're in Star City, we're in Ivy Town. I don't want none of that. I got Marvel for that. I don't want none of that.
All right. You're a smart woman. Can you I still don't know what the hell's going on in Detective Comics.
Oh, I do.
What?
It's Ram being Ram.
Well, yeah, but besides
Oh, that's he did some Mephisto's mushrooms, clearly.
well, that's what I was gonna say. This obviously is what, the second or third issue. Bruce is just tripping for like the second or third issue in a row.
Yeah. Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms. It's giving Inferno, Phil. I don't know what to tell you. And we all know how nobody likes Inferno.
It's not even Inferno. That's what I said. It's an acid trip. It's just...
What do you think Inferno really was in that bullpen? That's all.
Yeah, man, talking mailboxes. Yeah. Okay. So Lil says, you know what those big events of the late 80s were, right?
Smoked and Doobie.
Or Sugar Bugger, or both.
Oh my!
Unless you're Grant, then it's all ayahuasca, all the way down.
Okay.
Maybe a pinch of DMT. I don't know.
I don't know. These days, with the kids, I think it was maybe it was too much Ozempic.
No, Ozempic is telltale. Ozempic, literally, after you stop, still wants its pound of flesh. Like, it is. I don't know.
Really?
That's why you don't go. Listen. That's why you don't go injecting shit into your body like right when it comes out. You want to give it about 5 years. It's like why we use saline and not silicone breast implants anymore. Like, you want to wait for the technology to get really good. Otherwise, you're going to have bricks in your tits, you know? Like,
Whoa!
just saying. You never want to be the first one to try any new pharmaceutical. Never.
Oh, no. Oh, I heard a story today about forget the breast implants. There are certain men who are injecting, was it silicone or something like that, into certain parts of their anatomy to try to make it bigger.
I mean, that's a temporary fix. I've heard that too.
Oh my!
In the adult entertainment industry, I mean, it goes away pretty quickly. It's not really it's not very cost effective. I mean, if you really are that, if you really like you need 2 extra inches, go ahead and do the surgery.
Oh wait, there's surgery?
Yeah, there's a surgery they can do. But honestly, I'll save it for the Patreon. If you guys want to know, I'll save it for the Patreon. Vested interest and whatnot.
Lilith Hellfire has a thesis on it. Yeah.
But no, like I just honestly, it's like, why are you doing this in Detective? Like, why did they give him Detective for him to do this? Did they not understand his pitch? Do they think he's Grant and that he can get away with this?
I mean,
like, let me tell you, Ram is no Grant Morrison, okay? Like, no offense.
Yeah. This should have been like a 12-issue mini or something.
This should have been on Black Label where nobody gives a shit, personally.
Oh, again.
Like, come on, when's the last Batman? Even Batman Damn didn't do good. Like, when's the last Batman that wasn't like freaking Frank Miller, Black Label, that did well? I'll wait.
I don't hear anybody ever talking about this Detective run, but I'm just like, this thing is, love it or hate it, this thing is too long and too drawn out for Detective
It's
Comics.
bloated. It doesn't make sense. It's
$5.
It's
too much for Detective Comics. It is.
It's like, babes, Detective, the main book. The book that got over 1,000 issues first. Okay. Whatever.
Again, this should have been a mini. It should have, like you said, Black Label, something.
Because no one cares. Like, I can't remember the last time I heard a peep. I mean, it's okay if like you get bad reviews because at least somebody's still talking about it, but I hardly ever see anybody talk about this. Not a peep on social media. We're all pretending collectively like it doesn't exist. And this is the main Batman book.
I love that. I'm always saying to myself,
Batman, my favorite character.
I love Batman.
I get bored with Detective anymore.
But isn't it funny? Like, he's trying to paint, like, no, this is my theory too. Like, if Batman didn't exist in Gotham, it would be a utopia. He brings all the crazy with him. But it was like, even that he's fulfilling my thesis statement in a weird, strange way, I still don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And no, Gotham never needed Batman in the first place. There, I said it, but they can't say that. That's not the conclusion that he'll come to. He can't.
No.
So it's just like, it's all a moot point, basically, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunate that Dan Waters, I mean, I like the art, but even that feels like an acid trip and a bad one, not a good one. It's like when you're right at that turning point, if you know, you're like, oh, this feels, oh no. I was supposed to stop tripping balls 20 minutes ago.
There's a drop.
Yeah, that's kind of what the art feels like, unfortunately. I like it in theory, but like, it's just under these circumstances, I can't live, laugh, and love.
Did you read Green Batman this week?
Of course I did.
Okay.
And oh my God. So I went into my comic book shop Wednesday, and I was in the back bins, and I pulled out that damn grill. Somebody had another grill running there, and he just literally goes, "Don't do it! You got 3 of them already." And I did it anyway.
He's like, I know what you have.
So funny. So yeah, needless to say, I now have 4 full complete grill runs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
The whole thing. It's kind of hard not to. I'll sell it on eBay or something.
There you go.
I always say that, and then I still have 4 runs of.
Oh my God. So one for each dog in the will. Okay.
Exactly. You get it. Only the little one knows how to read, though. I'm convinced.
Oh, good lord.
I tried to give him the good biscuit from the, the good healthy biscuit. He's like, I want bacon strips.
Oh,
He's like, you
My
cannot
favorite
trick
biscuit.
me.
My favorite biscuit.
But Amanda Waller and Green, like, I feel like they want to be the TV show. So,
I know, and it looks like they're going to be bringing Diggle back into this, maybe. So
yeah, it's like, are we doing era? Like, I heard allegedly that they were like, well, if the CW hadn't been in so much trouble, I would almost believe it. But like, also Stephen Amell is like a known scab now, so. But I feel like this might have been in the works before all that happened. So
Oh, you think Joshua Williamson got his hands on some unused scripts or something?
saying that, I just feel like it's very CW Green Arrow inspired. But like I said, I don't know what they're really doing with Amanda Waller in the overall universe anyway. Like, I don't like the fact that she feels like a one-note villain. She has always been more than that, but it's like the skinnier she gets, the less interesting she gets, unfortunately.
Yeah, it almost seems like, I mean, back in the day, she was like, she wasn't a villain per se, but it was
She's
just
an
like,
anti-hero. She's doing what she felt needed to be done. And I mean, they're criminals. They're never gonna change. She knows that. So
she
if
was
they get blow them up, who cares?
she was Black Ops. Now it just seems like she's a straight up villain. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, and like Black Ops, not TV. It's like necessary. Every country has a Black Ops.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be caught lacking and wanting. You know what I mean?
And I'm not even saying Joshua Williamson. It just seems like this current era of DC, they've lost the narrative of Amanda Waller for the most part.
The minute they made her skinny, bro, it was over. I told you that. I freaking told you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Attractive people are not interesting in comics. Sorry.
Oh my! Damn
Very
you,
few exceptions. Felicia is an exception.
Mary Jane.
Yeah. Well, Mary Jane has had bouts of not being interesting. She's just been pretty to look at. Long bouts. Long bouts of being pretty wallpaper.
Depends on the writer.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it. It's better than him being in space. We're actually getting back to the roots. But it's like, yeah, Amanda Waller does need to pay for her crimes fucking with the Green Arrow family, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm pretty much the only one that ever really gets in her face. So,
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it. So, I'll see where it goes with that.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of scared about that ending. Heroes in Crisis?
You know. Dow H for Hero was worse. I'll say it.
Oh! I didn't read it, so I can't make the call. But
you didn't read it? Really?
Dow H? I don't think, no.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's one of the worst things since Heroes Reborn, but
Oh!
I don't care who I offend on that one. You can fight me in the streets on that one.
Like I said, I can't defend it. I didn't read it, but oh my.
Yeah, you need to read it so you can know what bad comics are. This is why when I tell you a comic is bad and I put it on the do not read list, this is what I'm judging it against.
Oh my.
There's a couple books I'm like, what's as bad as that? It made me want to rip my eyes out and cut everybody's fingers off that had anything to do with this book. Sorry if you like Dow H for Hero. That's a personal choice. Literature is subjective, but that's my visceral reaction to that storyline.
Or just subjective, whether it sucks or not.
Well, yeah, and I'm gonna say that at least Joshua like wants to do like some more like action, and I feel like he's trying to build like complex characters, and he's trying to make like intriguing plot twists. Like he's trying.
Oh yeah.
And he's succeeding on some of it, but like he needs to work on his cliffhangers because the cliffhangers ain't cliffhangering. So if he can just nail that part for me. Because it's like, yeah, I'm a Green Arrow fan. I'm going to pick it up regardless. But what if this was somebody's first Green Arrow book? I don't know necessarily that would make them want to pick up the next issue. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Just my little, I give him a compliment sandwich,
Oh my.
I'm trying to be more constructive. Now that I have children, I have to, not be as critical.
Not her own, but yes, now that she has children.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, yes. Oh, you read it. What did you think?
I'm confused. What's going on?
I don't know.
I feel like I missed an issue.
No, you've missed like the last 36. It's just the whole thing about it. Supposedly Harley was like this big universal or multiversal.
No, I get it. I've read some of it, but like I literally read last issue, and now I'm just like,
Yeah, I
Oops,
know.
all Harleys. Okay, that cover didn't really intrigue me at all.
But I know it's basically just her like hopping through the multiverse as different versions, and yeah, I was kind of lost too.
I was confused because we did this already a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah, I know. In this run, yeah, I know.
So we just keep doing it. Like, what's the end game? That's my whole question.
I think this
Especially
was.
since this is a $5 book, and I love Teeny on her other work, so I'm just like really confused.
I think this is like the last. I mean, at least it
The
appears
last
to be the
hurrah.
last part of this. No, the last part of this arc, at least. I'm just like, okay.
Okay. 4-quadrant appeal. Okay. I'm just confused because I felt like we already did this at least twice in the run and recently, so I thought we were kind of getting her back to reality. Like I just like, what is going on with Harley?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, speaking of losing how they lost the narrative with Harley, it's just like. It's like
They
it's
want her
like.
to be Deadpool so bad. It's like, babes, technically you already have
Oh,
Deadpool. Just let
oh,
Slade be the crazy. Well, he's already crazy, but let him lean into it.
yeah, but he's on a fourth wall breaker.
He can be.
It could be, but again, that's it. That's it. They're amping up Harley for their for when that Deadpool movie comes out.
They can't make another Harley movie, that's for sure. The public has spoken on that, and Margot Robbie's long in the tooth now. So, for Hollywood standards, not my standards, I still hit it.
Oh my! Talk about getting views on our Patreon. All right, let's go. Okay, but yes, paging the next blonde to be the next Harley Quinn, please.
I don't think we ever need another live action, honestly.
Take a break on it.
I don't ever want to see another live action. It's too hard to capture. Like everybody just goes over the top and loses the thread with it.
You know it's gonna happen. I mean, that's gonna happen eventually. I mean, even if it's like 10 or more years from now, it's gonna happen.
Good. Hopefully, I'll be dead.
Don't say that.
When DC finally gets their shit together, I'll be dead. I already know. They're able to get their live action universe together. Yeah, I'm gonna be long gone. I told you I only have to make it to April 20th, 2069. That might be a hard line in the sand. At the rate this world is going, that's gonna be the hard line in the sand. It looks like
4/20/69. Whoever's in charge of that will, yes, make sure that the tombstone reads 4/20/69.
Anyway, yeah, I just like I said, I think it's fine. I just felt like we've already done this. I was just confused. I thought, I hit my head a little too hard or something.
But again, it's just like the detective stuff. It's like, yeah, we keep going over the same terrain. It seems like it's like, okay.
I will say the Jay Garrick book was the best DC book in my personal opinion this week.
The Jay Garrick book was good. The regular Flash book, I thought,
and it's only $3.99.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was those. Yeah, but I thought both Flash books were good.
I mean, shout out to Judy, you know?
Oh, yeah. So I'm looking at my list. What else came up in DC?
Not much else, really.
Never Harley Quinn.
We had Power Girl.
Power Girl. How'd you feel about Power Girl?
Losing a little steam, honestly, I think.
That's what I thought, yeah.
It's kind of hard to keep this particular thing going. It's just like... I was always curious about their interaction, right? Power Girl and Supergirl, like what they would have to talk about, and I feel like we fulfilled that kind of talk.
Well, it's so
and
weird.
We can move forward.
I mean, it's so.
Now we're doing medieval times.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of like a Wonderland thing.
Yeah,
it's so weird, but well, it's so weird. The Supergirl team up because it's like I get it.
And Supergirl's also in pants. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know, both in their pants, but it's like Leah Williams is. I mean, her take is fine, but like since she's de-aged Power Girl, it seems like a little bit like the dynamic.
It's literally the same thing that happened to Supergirl when they de-aged her. It's like, no, we need to move past.
But now the dynamic is like kind of weird between them because now they're kind of like this on the same scale. Beforehand it seemed like Kara, like Power Girl.
It's like when Kara shows up in Smallville and they're kind of like the same age, even though like she was older. Like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And I never really cared for that interpretation either. Shout out to Laura Vandervoot. But yeah, it's fine. I think that the dialogue is super strong. I think that the plot is still pretty well paced. It's just not twisty. And like the tone is fun, and like I'm probably not the core reader that they want. I feel like they're definitely going for a younger demographic, which is totally fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And the art style is a little more cartoony too. So yeah, it's not for me, but I still enjoy it. But like it could be a little bit, I don't know, a little more. Like I'm just looking for something a little more from Power Girl, I guess.
And it's so weird that one of them has a book in like the like the Superman side of things, and it's Power Girl, not Supergirl. That's
Well, Supergirl's in her flop era right now. Thank you, CW.
So I was gonna say, usually I'm used to like Power Girl has her own book. It's more like on the JSA side and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also a fun like dynamic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they actually have more to say than her and Supergirl. At this point.
Yeah. And hey, how about a Huntress team up for in that book?
Yeah, we do need to make that callback quickly.
Yeah. So I thought Jeff Johns was kind of doing that in the Justice Society book, which I think I remember that because that book is always late.
I thought that was a fever dream, to be honest. It's been so long. He's like the last one that can get away with it at this point, too.
I guess, yeah.
But you know what? Quality over quantity.
That's true.
Don't rush it. Because we waited forever on that Catwoman book. That was fine.
Yes.
Well worth the wait, so. I don't know what it is. He has an obsession with it, like in a good way. So I'm okay with it being late.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's actually a pretty small week, in all honesty, for DC. Amazon's Attack came out too, number 5. And that's got Peacemaker, but I like that one because that's the one with Newbie in it. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're really doing the Peacemaker thing these days. I mean, he was in Green Arrow too, and then what was it?
It's almost like James Gunn demanded it. And this one has Mary Marvel in it too. So.
Oh yeah, then what was it? I don't think it was tight. Oh, it might have been in one of the last issues of Beast World where he basically shows up and says how much he hates Nightwing, then Nightwing kicks his ass.
It's a little embarrassing though. It's kind of like Ultimate Spider-Man, where this is way better than the main book, like way better. It's a little embarrassing, honestly. I feel a little like secondhand cringe.
Yeah, and I think Peacemaker is another example of them trying to find their Deadpool.
No, I'm honest to God, I feel like that's a James Gunn stipulation at this point.
Yeah, but I think I almost feel like they want him to be their Deadpool, but not as capable Deadpool.
Then what's the point?
Comedy.
I guess. I don't know, like the DC world just doesn't work like that, I guess. Like you have to have almost Ambush Bug. That's like the only character that really. After the chat for Charlie, we made it.
I was going to say for Ambush Bug, yes.
But no,
that's an interesting artistic.
Or Batmite, which is like way out of the realm at this point of the world that they've built up, So it's like, babes, you're gonna have to let it go.
I mean, they did
have to let it go.
I mean, they did have a little bit of Ambush Bug in that Welcome to Smallville, but it basically was there to like throw out one-liners. That was it.
Yeah. So we'll see what they come up with.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Give the kids their homework. I saw a sale. I don't know if the sale is at your local Walmart, but I did see Batman 66 on sale at Walmart last time I was there.
Oh, what, the DVDs?
Yep.
Okay. I was going to say.
It was DVDs.
Okay.
They have a whole bunch of like Warner Brother TV stuff on sale, like Arrow, the full steel. Well, not the full steel book, because we all know that one season that's not a steel book.
Yeah, I was gonna say I already bought my Batman 66 set.
Yeah, give it for a gift.
That's true. Give the gift to Batman. Oh, Ray.
Oh, we should send it to Ray.
Yeah, maybe we'll get it by next year.
He'll get it just in time for Christmas. If we do it tomorrow morning, he'll get it just in time for Christmas.
Oh my God! Okay, now you have to do your part, Finn. Ask him to watch it like every morning. Be like, we gotta watch more Batman. All right, kids.
On that note.
All right.
This is a podcast we get paid nothing for.
Okay, let's actually do the podcast that we get paid nothing for.
Oh, I think that was a shot at Rob. All right.
We're back in the vault. I love it.
Back in the Capes and Lunatics vault. All right, kids. So yes, next week we're gonna do our last week of, well, for now, of Batman 66 episodes, as we do a 3-parter from season 3, the Londinium Larcenies, the Foggiest Notion, and the Bloody Tower. So yes, we're gonna include Batgirl in this next time. So
Finally, she shows up in season 3, but she is mentioned in season 2. They were doing a little setup.
Let's see. I'm on Craig. Yes. And then, of course, at the end of the month, you'll hear me and Justin covering Azrael 10 through 12, because
Did Russ tap out?
I think Russ was still shook from from the last one we did.
Half Monkey Man, that'll leave some people shook too.
All right. So yes, kids. So send us your thoughts, all your Batman 66 thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Buy some cups, buy some t-shirts, buy some phone cases. And, of course, the Patreon, where if you want to hear us talking things outside of the comics world, you can find that on Patreon, completely uncensored. Lilith Hellfire's conspiracy theories coming soon.
Pull shit out of the fishbowl.
They'll after it's on her head. All right, so find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
Oh my. And Miss Lilith Hellfire, you can find her on the Facebooks for 15 minutes during the solar eclipse. So make sure you come
lunar eclipse.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I couldn't remember which one. Any other no?
Try to find my dog TikTok if you dare.
Oh, I dare. Come on, just show it to me. I won't show nobody. No.
It's one secret I'll never tell.
I'll
give you a hint. It's a mid-size account. It's not like a big account. It's a mid-size account.
Oh my. Is it under your real name?
No, it is not under Eve Heavenwater.
No, okay. Shh, Ray might be listening.
He's not gonna hear this.
Thought you'd give Batman 66 a try. Oh well. So yes, find Lilith Hellfire.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. Let me get a ride on your alligator back, bro.
Get a ride on your penguin back, bro.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
That's politics.
The big finish.
Jazz hands.
She can't let it go. Just say it. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us.
Someone say I learned my petty from the best.
Oh, why, thank you. That's a vicious cycle because you created this monster.
No, I'm gonna blame Rob.
Oh, me too. We learned it from watching you, Dad. Although I don't think I would stand up in court. I mean, look how well adjusted Molly is.
That's despite. That's in spite of.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what? She has her mother. I mean,
Exactly.
We had the pure Rob. That was it.
Never do the full Rob. Never go full Rob.
The drug that derailed our lives. The pure uncut Rob South. Oh. Why dry drip? I drip to my box. All right, kids. Come back next time. Remember, join us same bat time.
Same bat channel.
We are the
night. Batman Podcast.
All right, kids. Join us next week in Londinium.